Hello gang, thank you for watching and tuning in. Thought we'd do a quick comparison for you on a couple of the most iconic Rolex sports watches available. One is a Rolex Submariner 2019. Lovely watch. This is a normal sub, not the sub date. Again, something that is really rather special, a Rolex 40mm Yachtmaster. So bizarrely, the Rolex Submariner, the Yachtmaster was actually designed to replace in 1992 the sub, but thankfully they didn't replace the most iconic watch probably that was ever made. How ridiculous would that be? So what Rolex in their wisdom did was they decided that they would create another line. So in 1992 this was designed, the Yachtmaster was designed in yellow gold, white face, and I think there was a blue face. And then there was a stainless steel version that came out in 1999. Yeah, really gorgeous watch back in the day, obviously 30 years ago. And in the end, Rolex said, no, we're not going to replace the sub. We're going to create an extra line. And this is hence why the Yachtmaster was born. So a couple of differences. It is not a 300 meter sports resistant watch. It is 100 meters. Hence the name, the Yachtmaster. It's really designed to have someone with a massive yacht, a big boat. It's not really, yes, it's waterproof, but I'll be honest with you, mine's never been in the water. It's quite a dressy watch, really. It's a lot more dressy than most of my other kind of Rolex dealers, still watches. And just, it's got some beautiful features. One of the most noticeable things is that it sits beautifully on the wrist, and that's because the way it's elegantly designed in terms of some of the features are quite similar to a Daytona. So in being the kind of bracelet itself is polished in the center and then brushed outer, and then it's got a very, very similar case design to the Daytona in terms of there's, you know, if you were to compare that to a Submariner, the kind of, it's a lot more sharper edged or squarer edged compared to the Yachtmaster. And that's why I think sometimes when you wear the sub and then you put the Yachtmaster on, the Yachtmaster is insanely more comfortable because it's a lot more elegant in its design. It also has a lot more weight to it, and that's because of the rhodesium. So it's got a platinum bezel, full 950 platinum, and it's also a bi-directional. I mean, if you can't hear it, but it's not like the sub where it's like almost a metallic click. This is more of a rubberized clicking sensation, and you can tell it's obviously a more expensive watch. I mean, £3,000 or £4,000 more than a sub, and you can tell why, because obviously the way it's been made in terms of the platinum, there's quite a significant amount of platinum in there as well, guys. Really nice then. And one of these things about this watch is that you can you have to see it in the flesh. It's got a beautiful dial, which is sunburst blue. Hard to tell in this light, but it's just, you get kind of a different reflection, a different color in different reflections. Hopefully you can see that on this, which is really nice. And then the actual bezel is kind of powder coated in the center, and then the numerals and the kind of graduations are polished, which really shines. So if you got this in the summer, it's such a baller watch. Really, it really is. Just, it looks so good on the wrist, and it would look good on your Sunseeker as well, which is what it was designed for. So yeah, beautiful watch, but yeah, it doesn't have the water resistancy in terms of 300 meters, 100 meters, but mine's never gone anywhere. But just a gorgeous watch. And like I say, it's always a good comparison, because I think the story here with Rolex in terms of they wanted to replace it, I mean, you would just think crazy that they wanted to replace the most iconic watch in the world. It is a joke. I mean, people who don't even know about watches know what the Rolex Submariner is. That's how famous this watch is. So really, completely different watch, 300 meter water resistance. It's obviously a true diver's watch because the bezel only goes anti-clockwise, just so that it doesn't catch on your wetsuit. So yeah, really beautiful. In terms of the ceramic dial, this is a ceramic dial, Carachrome or Cerachrome, I don't know how everyone pronounces it, but really nice, really nice. Again, you have to see this in the flesh. But yeah, and they're becoming very hard to buy now, which is crazy, because effectively it is your kind of real, I've always said, if you compare it to a car, it's like a 3 Series. You know, they are really basic, proper tour watches. Nothing really special in terms of they've got a fantastic movement, the 3230, 3235 movements, I believe, in obviously respectively with the dates. They've got a slightly different movement, but you know, they are just like a very, like, I hate to say basic because it's a Rolex and that the word doesn't belong to it, but really kind of unassuming watch, and they are just becoming so hard to find. So if you get one, fair play to you. So obviously same with both watches here, you have your easy link, but this has the glide lock system as well because it is a sub, so you can, I think you get about 20 mil of travel in it. So yeah, just really nice. One thing I like about the sub as well is that it's brushed metal everywhere as opposed to the polished center links, but it's brushed metal everywhere apart from the sides, which are polished. So everything on this watch you see is just polished on the outskirts and then brushed in the center. So really stunning. Obviously sits on your wrist really well, and like I say, I don't think it's as comfortable as the Yacht-Master, naturally, because like the GMT in the professional range, the kind of lugs and the kind of side profile of the watch, it's actually a lot squarer or a lot sharper than your kind of finish on your Yacht-Master, which is a lot rounder. So I actually genuinely think that wearing the watch is nicer on the Yacht-Master. If I'm in my personal experience, and I know there's a lot of people that are going, sub's the best watch in the world. They are phenomenal, but I think if I had the choice, bearing in mind that actually if on the grey market, they probably fetch about the same kind of money now, which is insane because these were about 5,800, 5,500 when I bought it. These are about £9,000 now, 9,550. But obviously these fetch so much more of a premium now. So they're about the same money to buy. So if you were to say, look, I've got 10 grand, let's just round it off to spend on a watch, which one would you have? In my honest opinion, yes, you've got the everyday usability of the sub, and you've got to be careful of the Yacht-Master because it's a little bit more delicate, it's a bit more gracious, and you can scratch the bezel. But if I had to choose between one of the two, I would choose this bad boy here. It is a phenomenal watch, beautiful, elegant, classic. You don't see that many in the wild either, guys. You do not see that many on the people's wrists, particularly the blue and even the radium dial as well. You do not see many on the wrists. So yes, but that's what I'd choose. Versus a Yacht-Master versus sub, I would probably choose the Yacht-Master, but either one, I'm very lucky to have both. That's the way I'd say it. I'm very lucky to have both. But there you go. Hope you've enjoyed the vid. And thank you for tuning in. Keep posted, and hopefully there will be more videos to come. Thanks for watching.